Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Pretty neat, pretty easy, like a twisted square. And I'm going to leave this one up there while I'm doing it if you want to kind of, uh, you can take a screenshot of this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a square and I am going to hold down the control button so it's perfect square. I'm going to make it about the same size. But then I'm going to rotate, well, I don't have to rotate it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and rotate it 45 degrees, kind of get you the idea. And then I'm going to hit P and put it in the center of the page. Let's move this one out of the way. So we need to duplicate this. So with your ratio lock and using chamfered corners, type in 5 inches. Now that's only if you make it about that big. You'll have to adjust that if you're not. Now we need to do some lines. So we're going to take the 2-point line and we're going to go from that node to that node. And then we're going to go from that node to that node. Now we need to make some other lines, but we need to make them perfect. So we're going to turn this thing back to 0. And we're going to make a duplicate of this line by hitting the plus key in your keyboard. And we're going to nudge it 5 inches, which is the distance of that chamfer. Now we need to do the same thing to this line. Just hit the plus key in your keyboard and move it up. Now we're going to turn it back to 45 degrees. And several ways you could do this. You could take the virtual segment delete key and delete that line and delete that line. Everything else can remain the same. We're going to take our smart fill tool and we're going to set it on blue and we're going to fill in that one and that one. Well, take it back. I needed another line here. I didn't really need that line. So let's do this. Let's rotate it. I've only done this one time. Let's turn it back to 0. And we need, well, I'm a little confused. Well, we need another line here is what we need. That's why I left it up there. Now to move it 5, inches, we'll put that back to 0. And then we'll take this one and nudge it 5 inches. Now let's turn it back to 45. There we go. Because we want to stop that bar from going all the way here. So now we're going to take the Smart Fill tool here and move it out of the way. Now, I would prefer to, let me set my nudge factor on like 15. And I'm going to move that out of the way and move that out of the way. And you can see that we're not very far. Then I'm going to take our lines and I'm just going to get rid of them. Now I'm going to nudge this back, and remember we're working in the center of the page. So now these are two different parts. We're going to get the interactive fill tool, and you can see it right here. It's going from light to dark. So we're going to go and then put a darkness up here. You don't probably want too much, so we'll slide the bar up. Then deselect that and select this one. This is how you kind of get two interactive fill tools on the same page, on the same, looks like the same bar, but they're actually separated. And there we go again, my transformation is in the way. So a lot of times, click off of it and do that. We don't want too much darkness. Now select both these and Control G to group it together. Let's bring in some indexing lines and hit P, because we want to work in the center of the page. So I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate and move this down to the center. Doesn't look like it is, but it is. And then we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Control D, 180 degrees, Control D, and there you have it. Take away your indexing lines, and you have a twisted square. Kind of a fun project. And you could use any color or any shading or play around with it. But if you will take a screenshot of that and apply it to yours, so you're using the outside of this one and the inside of that one, but you need this other 5-inch bar to stop it. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.